Welcome to Seeing with Your Soul, a safe and sacred place to be vulnerable, to be transparent, to be authentic. I am your host, Tisha Michelle. From the deep pain and loss of my best friend Gloria, I realized she gave me the greatest gift ever, remembering my purpose in life, which is to help connect you to your authentic self, guide you to remember your purpose, and remind you that your current circumstance doesn't define who you are. Join me as we heal, align, and glow together. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Seeing with Your Soul. Of course, it's me, your host, Tisha Michelle. So, welcome, guys. If you are new here, an extra welcome to you. My loyal people, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate you guys continuing to vibe with me. So what we like to do over here is I love to start off my day with expressing my gratitude, right? So in this present moment, the one thing that I'm really grateful for is change. And the reason why I'm grateful for change, and I may have even talked about this and expressed it in a different way before, but it was like really sitting on me like these past 2 days. I was like, even though sometimes it's scary, I love change because as I'm changing, evolving, and growing, I feel a lot more free. I feel a lot more freedom. My soul feels like, whew, like when things are changing and things are shaking up and then I stop the resisting. It's kind of like when us ladies, and I know you can relate with me, well, when we take our bra off at night, we're like, what the fuck? We just feel free. We feel good. Whew. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. So I'm so grateful for change. And then that part of change is me not resisting, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I do resist. But then I'm like, okay, let me stop playing games. I gotta step back and stop the resisting and surrendering and letting things go so that they're able to flow. So in this present moment, I'm grateful for just all the change that's happening around me, that's happening, for me, the change and the growth that I'm seeing in my family, friends, and as well as my clients. I'm here for it. So I'm super grateful for that. So now it's your turn. So unless you are driving, I need you to go ahead and get centered. And the way that we're going to do this now is just by taking some deep breaths, right? So if you choose to, go ahead and close your eyes, right? And now I want you to take a deep breath. So you're going to be breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. You might even want to wiggle and shake your arms and your shoulders or something. Roll your neck, right? Get yourself loose, right? So let's take another one. So deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more. Another deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Doesn't that just feel good? Just plain freaking good. So what are you guys grateful for? In this present moment, what are you grateful for? Say it out loud. Say it in your head. Write it down. Scream it. I don't care. Just get that gratitude out. And you know what? While it's always great to be grateful for your family and your friends and your health and your house and your car, all that is wonderful. But just don't be afraid to go deeper. Go a little bit deeper and to say, what are you grateful for? Are you grateful for that trigger that happened yesterday? Something triggered you and made you feel hella freaking uncomfortable. Are you grateful for that because you knew that was an invitation for you to look at something in your life? So that way you can spend a little bit of time on it and understand, why did that make me feel like that? And do I want to continue to feel like this? And if you do, okay, keep repeating it. That's on you. It's your journey, your process. No judgment over here. But if you don't want to feel like that, then express some gratitude for that because maybe it was something that you weren't even aware of, right? So what are you guys grateful for? Express it. Put that out there. Okay, so earlier this month, I did a post on Instagram and I actually put it out on Twitter and then I put it onto Instagram. So I said, time to unplug from the matrix and feed your soul. And I put heal, align, and glow. And in my caption, I said, definitely time for all of us to feed our souls. I made sure in parentheses, I said, well, if you want, because this is what you choose, free will, and to start unplugging from this matrix. a matrix. Understand that we think of, hold on, I can't even read my own stuff. Understand that what we think of as our reality is actually more of an illusion. Pay attention to what's coming into your field of awareness and reject what doesn't serve your highest good. Ask yourself, do I want to continue to live in the matrix? Unaware that all of it is a form of projection, that most of it is a form of controlled perception. And then I said, I think I may do a podcast on this. And I had some people hitting me up and said, yeah, I think that would be, a really dope podcast. And someone was like, well, what do you mean about the Matrix? And then, I had a couple of other people just send me messages saying like, yeah, I think that would be good. So guess what? Let's talk about it. So today I wanted to talking about, unplugging from the matrix and sharing some tips as you embrace your spiritual journey, right? So chances are each and every one of you are on your spiritual journey, which is why you were guided to the Seeing with Your Soul podcast, right? And when I say spiritual journey, what do I mean? So, I mean, you're at a point in your life where you're questioning everything. You may be even questioning your mere existence, right? Wondering if there's more to life than whatever it is that you're going on, your circumstance or what. Or you may have had like a significant shift. And many of you may know my story. And if you don't know my story, my best friend Gloria died in 2017, and that's when my awakening began. And I would say that I started embarking on my spiritual journey. And everyone's is different. Everyone's is different. That significant shift in your life, everyone is different. It doesn't have to come just from, the death of a person. Maybe you lost your job, right? The job you thought that you would retire from. Maybe it was a divorce. Maybe it was a breakup, where for your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Or maybe it was an illness. Maybe you got evicted. Maybe you got evicted from your house. Or, a trauma. Or maybe you just woke up one morning and said, enough is a fucking enough. And you wanted and you needed something different in your life. However, you had no clue what that was or what that is, right? So maybe you start exploring. You're seeking something. Some people even fall into what society calls a depression. Because, you know that you want something, or maybe you feel like you need something. You can't even really put like words to it. Like you're searching and you just start searching everywhere externally. But you don't look within, right? So yes, you heard me. You're searching everywhere but within. And I like to let people know that everything you are seeking is already within you. And people are like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's always been there. Yeah, it's always been there. I don't want to say they, but it's there. It's just been so many things on top of it, like your different fears, your beliefs, the trauma, all the rules, everyday obligations, doing things that you don't enjoy. Or just simply not having enough goddamn fun. When was the last time you had some fun in your life? Seriously. And please do not tell me that you went out to eat with someone or you went to the movies. Well, we shouldn't be going to the movies anyway because aren't like all of them like closed. But even if before then you say, oh yeah, I went with the girls. We all went to the movies. That shit's not fun. We just sitting there watching TV. Watching the show, movie, whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. It's just multiple things are on top, right? So I wanted to get on here and share with you some tips, while you are navigating through your spiritual journey, which is also, leading and guiding you to, what is it called? Unplug from the matrix, right? So I want to share these with you, and they're not in any particular order at all, right? So don't think this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3. No, again, that's also a part of the matrix where we're built on structures and built on rules and built on how things need to be and how things should be. And that is not the case. So what's also not the case is that while I am sharing these things with you, they all might not resonate with you. And guess what? That's A-O-fucking-K, right? Everything's not going to resonate with you. You don't have to listen to everything that I say. I am not the guru. You are your own guru. I have just been put on this earth as a part of my purpose is just to be here to guide you along, right? To remind you that you can trust yourself, right? That's what that is. So while there are many different tips and different things that you can do and use, or you should, that can benefit you along this journey, everything you need is within you, and you are to go within and check, even when I'm giving this or someone else does this resonate with me? How does this feel? Does this feel to be true to me? Right? So when we are in this matrix with these structures and these rules and this patriarch and everybody telling you how you should do this and how you should do this and why this is right and why this is wrong, I'm here to say it is bullshit. And when I say that isn't bullshit, how does that feel to you, right? Do you like all these rules? Do you like society and your family and your friends telling you how you should be and how you should feel and what you should do and what is right and what is wrong? Do you like that? Truly answer that. Sit with that. Do you like that? And if you do, no judgment here. Keep on pressing on. Keep on pressing on. Fall in line. Again, no judgment, because everybody is going to be led to their spiritual awakening, that significant change, that journey, that wanting and desiring more and just feeling like, wait a minute, why am I feeling like I'm suffocating? Why am I feeling like I am so trapped? Why am I listening to every single person, in this world? And when I say in this world, whether it's through social media, TVs, movies, our families, our friends, just society as a whole, telling me how I should feel and what's best for me and which path I should go to. So I feel like everybody in this lifetime gets to that point. Some people just don't get to that point enough where they're like, enough is a fucking enough. They're like, you know what? I know that there's more to life, but I'm just comfortable and I'm just going to stay here. And this is just what it is. And that's okay again, too, because again, it's free will and you get to do what it is that you want to do or don't want to do, whatever the case is, right? Whatever the case is, again, it's no judgment, right? So again, I wanted to come on here and I wanted to talk about this whole matrix, and when we are in, embarking on this journey of like seeking and finding and desiring and wanting and stuff, it could be a fucking lot. It can be a lot. Trust me, because I get it. There was times where I felt like I was going crazy. There was times where I felt like I was duped. I'm like, yo, everybody lied to me. Damn, everything that I thought to be true was bullshit. Right? So then you just be like, yo, like my whole life was a dupe. What the hell is going on? And then there was times where I felt like I was skateboarding through life. And I would literally tell people, I'm like, yo, I'm just skateboarding through life. Boom, I got the blueprint. I got the compass. Like I'm just being guided and all this stuff is just beautiful and it's amazing. And then I was like, holy shit, what's going on? Why are all these things coming up? Why am I feeling this pain? Why am I feeling this grief? Like, why am I, what is going on? Right? So, then you start to go down different rabbit holes and stuff, and you don't really have much of a guidance, and you don't even understand that you are your own guide. You are your own guru, right? You don't even understand the intuition. What? How do I even know that my intuition is true? Or what does my intuition even look like, right? So then you start still seeking and you're looking everywhere. And once again, you haven't gotten quiet and you haven't gotten still and you haven't even thought about listening to yourself. Maybe at this point, you don't even trust yourself, right? What does that even mean? Right? You know what I mean? So again, I want to share some tips with you, and I want you to take what resonates with you, and what doesn't, that's okay. And these aren't all the tips. And again, these aren't in no particular order, because again, there is no blueprint to say step 1, do this, step 2, do this, step 3, 4, 5. And the reason why you may be looking for that is because this is how you were programmed. This is how we were all programmed, that everything has to fall in line. Everything has to be in order. And that is one of those beliefs that I would highly suggest you to shatter that shit, because every single person's journey, their spiritual awakening, their significant change, whatever, looks different. It looks different. What lessons I came here to learn are going to be different from you. Does that mean that we all won't have some of the same lessons? Of course, we're all going to have some of the same lessons, but everybody's is different and everybody experiences it different. So there is no one size fits all when you are on your journey, whatever you want to call it, right? So One. And again, I'm putting this in an order just so I can just keep on track. That's it. It's not saying this is number one. So the first thing I would say is to understand that nothing is wrong with you. Nothing. You are perfect. And I know you may feel shitty sometimes. You may judge yourself, yada, 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 whatever. Nothing's wrong with you. You are perfect. You are seeking in a place of transformation. So I want you to be mindful of how it is that you are talking about yourself. Because guess what? The deepest and the most powerful part of yourself is your subconscious mind. And it doesn't know the difference between real and imaginative. So whatever you are saying negative about yourself, your subconscious mind is listening. So now that your subconscious mind is listening, it is going to validate why those things you are saying is true. Because you know what? Universal subconscious mind does not judge. So it'll say, okay, so I guess Tisha really likes that. So, okay, I'm just going to give Tisha more of that, right? So nothing is wrong with you. You are perfect exactly the way that you are. Does that mean that you don't make change and you don't grow? No, it just means this is how you were designed. This is what you were here for. So whatever is going on for you, you were here for these lessons and now they are coming out and they are experiencing like this and you are in this place of transformation. So no, nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you at all. The second tip that I have for you is that you can trust yourself. Everything you need is within you. Like I said earlier, you have the internal compass. You got that shit. You know what it's called? Your intuition. Like your intuition is your guide. Use it. Build it up like you would any other muscle, right? And for people, again, they're like, well, I don't know what that looks like or that sounds like or whatever. But our intuition comes from a place of love, not fear. And our intuition doesn't have anything logical to back it up. We don't have any of that logical shit. It's just a feeling that you get. Sometimes you may feel it. Sometimes you may just hear it. Just really depending on what is open up for you. But you just know like, yo, I really should probably go over there. I really probably should go to that bookstore. And you're like, but I don't really want to spend any money. I mean, I don't even know what I'm getting, but I'm just having a feeling to go to the bookstore. Go to the fucking bookstore. You know why? Because the universe is about to connect you with someone that you're going to bump into. You're going to overhear a conversation, or you're just going to be walking through the bookstore and literally a book might fall out, just dead ass fall out. And that book has some guidance, right? For you, or some knowledge for you. So again, when I say that everything is within you, that's our intuition. So what's within us, the guidance that we're seeking, our intuition is going to guide us there. Your intuition could have guided you to this podcast. And then there was something I said I could have talked for 30 minutes. And there was that one thing that I said, boom, resonated with you so much that all those other things you were thinking about now make sense, right? And that was, again, because everything you need is within you. And you can trust yourself. Absolutely trust yourself, right? So the third thing that I would say is question everything and stay curious. Question every goddamn thing, right? So we have our beliefs. And what is a belief? Something that someone said to you and you believe that shit. Point blank, period. You've seen something from when you were a childhood over and over and over. So that was that's where your definition of love came from because of your household and the people that you were around. I mean, that's just what it is. Or, certain things that society says, right? So question everything. So you have this belief, right? Something that's strong is like, I believe that, rich people are stuck up, they're snooty, and they are just plain fucking assholes, right? That's a belief. So now you don't want to be rich because you don't want to be like that because you have an amazing heart and you're in a perfect person or whatever it is that you want to say about yourself, right? So you don't want to be rich because there's no way in hell that you would be like that. So you then actually are rejecting money, rejecting wealth, rejecting abundance because you don't want to be rich because the belief within you is that rich people are assholes. So question that. Is that to be true? Is that a person just an asshole because they're just an asshole that just happens to have money? or what, right? Because money is actually amazing, right? Because when we have money, we are able to take care of our basic needs and be able to provide for our family and our children, right? To be able to experience the world, to be able to be of service to other people. So if you have money and those are the things that you are doing with that, you're not an asshole. You're not an asshole. Other people who have money are assholes or whatever it is that you're saying. I'm just saying assholes because I've heard that so much. Or snooty or stuck up or whatever. I feel like they're above people. That ain't got shit to do with the money. That's a whole other deep rooted thing with that individual person, right? But again, that's your belief around money, the relationship with money and people, right? So then you're actually pushing that away, something that is your birthright, which is to be abundant, right? So question everything. Where did I get that from? Who told me that? Where did that come from? Right? If that's your belief, or all the good people are taken. Right? So what is that saying? So if you're single and you be like, and you're a woman, you'd be like, yeah, because all good men are already taken. Or you're a man listening to this and you're like, all good women are taken. So if you are a female and your belief is that all good men are taken and you are single, what is that saying about you? What are you underlining saying about you? You're not a good person. Because guess what? You're not taken. Right? So that's how our beliefs work. So in actuality, we're really putting it out there, some little negative stuff about ourselves and not even realizing that. So again, where did that come from? And what is a good person? And what is a bad person? Where did that come from? Right? So go into the whole matrix and the patriarchy and the whole, paradigm, everything. It said, this is good and this is bad. So now here we are again, having to fall in line. So as soon as we do this, we're a bad person. As soon as we do that, we're a good person. Where in actuality, it's just all fucking experiences. There's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. Whatever we do is an experience and it has lessons there. So question everything, guys. Question it all. Question your beliefs. Why do I believe this to be true? And does this feel true to me now? And then we stay curious by exploring. Explore. Because life is lived through experiences and experimenting, right? So number 4, the fourth thing that I would say is heal from your trauma. Heal from it. Acknowledge that shit. Release what is no longer serving you. And in order to do so, we must revisit our childhood, right? So we're going to do the inner child work to understand who you are and why you do the things that you do. So whoever, you can do inner child work with me, whether it's taking a one-on-one or doing a course or seeking out someone else or getting a book or whatever the case is do that work. Do that inner work to really understand who you are and why you do the things you do. Go back and revisit that childhood. Heal that little girl or that little boy that's inside of you, right? And there are many different healing modalities, and I encourage each and every one of you guys to seek that out, to do some research. If you've ever worked with me, you probably would have done hypnosis. You may have done some breath work. You may have done EFT. You may have done some guided meditation while we were in person or on the phone. You may have done some journaling. There's a lot of different healing modalities. So research them so that way you can process and you can heal from the trauma that you have experienced, right? The fifth thing that I would say is to create a spiritual practice or a ritual, like something that involves meditation and grounding. So in order for you to even do that, do some research on what's a spiritual practice. What is a ritual? What is meditation? What is grounding? Right? We always want to ground ourselves. And it just means to get still, to connect, to get rooted down. Right? So we're not all over the place and have all this scattered energy, right? Meditation, getting some type form of meditation, whether it's guided or just listening to music or just being still, so that way you can hear. Remember, let's go back to the intuition so you can hear yourself, right? So your spiritual practice can include when I wake up in the morning, / ritual. When I wake up in the morning, I express my gratitude. I say it out loud, or I may journal it. I might write down the things that I am grateful for since I have woken up and my intentions for the day. I may lay there and I may do a 2-minute meditation. I may do a 5-minute meditation that incorporates grounding myself first and then just being still. Whatever that is just creating some type of spiritual practice or a ritual, something that you do that's your non-negotiable. That's a you time. That's a you time. And you can just, again, you can do some, research on that. You can just Google, spiritual practices, what's a ritual, what are some ways to meditate? What are some ways to ground? Because again, it's not a one size fits all. There's a lot of different ways to ground yourself. I love grounding myself by being barefoot in the grass and the dirt. I also love to ground myself by sitting, at a tree, right? And also soaking up that knowledge. And when I don't have the ability to do that, whatever is going on in my life, I sit still and I imagine that, my feet are placed at the ground and I'm connecting to Mother Earth and there's these roots that's just going all the way down. So there's a lot of different ways to do that. And you want to do what resonates with you, what feels good, what feels to be true to you, So yeah, create you a practice. The sixth thing that I would say is to ask for support, guys. Ask for support, whether it's in a human form or the spiritual realm. Ask for that shit. So when I say that support is that, I feel like I'm bugging out, like what is going, reach out to a holistic healer, reach out to a psychic, an intuitive guide, reach out to a therapist, reach out to a counselor, reach out to maybe a friend. Maybe you have that friend that's really good at just giving like dope ass fucking advice that always resonates with you. Reach out, for that support, ask for that support. And then when it comes to the spiritual realm, and you may be new to this, so again, you can do some research, right, to explore, do we have guardian angels? Yes, we have guardian angels. But if you're at that place, research that. What's a guardian angel? How do I know if I have one? Well, I am here to tell you that we all have one. We were born with a guardian angel. Some people have more. Our spirit guides, our ancestors, the angels, our spirit animals, or whatever, right? Some people have a hard time wrapping their brains around the fact that there are other beings and entities and deities and gods and goddesses that they can connect to that is not in a physical form right now. And if that is something that you are curious about, explore it. Explore it. You can literally go to a Google search and say, what are spirit guides? How do I know if it's spirit guides? And the reason why I say Google that is because that's what some people's gifts and what they're here for. So just like I'm a spiritual guide in this human form, and I can tune into your energy, and I will be the conduit, the messenger from your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, and be able to speak, clearly and effectively to you. Like that is how I use my gift, right? Because that is one of my unique ways of doing that. And also being able to give examples and merging the practicality with the spirit, spirituality. That is my thing. Now, some people's things is they are bloggers and they blog about this. They use it and they heal and they inspire and they teach and they guide through their words. Some people write books, right? So some people teach courses and classes, because everybody's going to do their thing differently, but everybody's going to play their part. So you can just get on there and just Google, well, what's a guardian angel? And go down that path. And as you are reading things, check in with your body. How is it making you feel? Does this feel true to me? Right? So ask for that support. Put that out there. The other thing that I want to give you is to say, be comfortable with going against the goddamn grain. Break all them goddamn rules. And when I say break the rule, when I say rules, there is a rule or law, whatever, that says do not drink and drive. I kind of want you to fall in line on that one, because you know why? It's dangerous. It's dangerous to you. It's dangerous to people on the road, right? But when they have this fake ass rule that says you should not wear white after Labor Day, why the fuck not? Please make that shit make sense to me, because guess what? Whenever the hell Labor Day is, I want to wear white. I think it's Labor Day. If it's not, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So just roll with me on that. If you want to wear white, wear fucking white. Wear that shit. That ain't harming nobody. It's what you like. You just seen this dope ass white suit, this dope ass white maxi dress or something, and you want to wear it. Wear that shit. Whatever the hell it is, wear it. Because half of the goddamn time our weather doesn't even fall in line with, depending on where you live, with the months and shit. So wear whatever the hell you want. Get outside of that fake ass box that society puts you in. And it says, think outside the box. There is no goddamn box. There is no box. However, many of us feel like there is, because we feel like we're suffering, because we cannot be who it is that we want to be, because there's these rules. There's these rules. I had someone say, like, I would love to cut all of my hair off, but I don't want to look like a lesbian. People are going to think I'm a lesbian. Yo, shut up. Cut your fucking hair. Seriously. And I say that in the nicest way. Cut your goddamn hair. Who the hell cares what other people think about you? Who cares? Who cares how people are judging? And if they choose to judge, and if they choose to judge you, it's because that part that they are judging is an unhealed part of themselves. And that ain't got shit to do with you. So if you want to cut your hair off, cut your hair off. If you want to wear the white dress, wear the white dress. If you want to speak up, speak up. How about when you say, like, I wanted to say something, but I'm just trying to keep the peace. Keep the peace for who? Oh, you're trying to keep the peace for other people while internally you're fucking dying and there's so much turmoil is turning up inside of you because you want to keep the peace for other people. Please speak the hell up. Speak up. Say what you have to say. Speak your truth. Man, I heard someone give an amazing example and I thought it was so dope because I can relate to it. They were like, you know, have you ever gone and got a massage and the massage therapist says, let me know if I'm massaging too hard. And you're laying there and that shit fucking hurts, but you don't say anything. Why? Why are you not saying anything? She said, hey, or he said, hey, let me know if I'm pressing too hard. Like, let me know. Speak up. Because we feel uncomfortable. Why we feel uncomfortable? Because what? Because we think that it's going to make them feel some type of way. But what about you laying there hurting? Hey, this is supposed to be relaxing. Unless you're the type of person like me, I'd be like, no, actually, I need you to give me more pressure. That's a whole other topic. But you get what I'm saying. So get uncomfortable with just going against the grain and doing what it is that you want to do, because that is what we came here to do, is to have experiences and to experiment. So no one can tell you what is best for you. Not your family, not your mother, not your father, not your siblings, not your husband. You know, not society, not TV, not social media. How the hell is somebody telling you what is best for you? Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? We got to think for ourselves and we got to feel for ourselves. Can people give suggestions? Absolutely. Can people say like, oh my God, I really think that this is best for you to do? That's cool. But does that resonate with you? Does that feel true to you? Why are you doing that? Because someone else says it? Like, guys, seriously. And I'm saying this in like the nicest, like, I'm not even saying it nice, whatever. Like, if you think about it, does that really make sense? That for me to tell you what is best for you? How, you know what? That doesn't make any sense, because guess what I'm doing? I'm projecting my bullshit onto you to say what is best for you. I always use this example. When I moved from Virginia to Arizona, it was one of the scariest shits I've ever done, because I didn't have any stability, no structure, you know, none of that shit. I was just like, yo, fuck it. I'm just trusting and stepping out on faith, and we just gonna rock out and go all the way here somewhere where we don't know nobody, anything. But I didn't tell everybody. And I didn't tell everybody. One, I don't be trying to put people in my business, but I really didn't tell people because I did not want them to project their fears onto me, because that would be easy for me to say, you know, I'm not going to go, because what they just did was projected their fears onto me. And then it went on to the fear that I already had. Right? So how can someone tell me what is best for me when they're going to come from a place of their fears and their insecurities? So that's like me going to someone saying like, hey, so I'm about to move to Arizona. Like, I don't have no money. I don't know where I'm living. I'm just going to get in the car with the kids and we just going to roll out there and just see what happens. Then that person could say like, I don't really think that's the best thing to do. Like, you probably should just like wait here and maybe apply for a job or get like your business up, start looking for places and stuff. And honestly, I think that's the best thing for you. Why? Because you would never do it. You would never take that leap. You would never step out on faith. So now you are projecting your stuff onto me and telling me what it is that you think is best for me. Y'all understand that? Can you imagine if I would have told somebody, and I already knew who those people were, that I actually ain't fucking say shit to you. Nah, you found out that I'm in Arizona by listening to the podcast, right? And I knew, because can you imagine if I would have said that to that person, they would have projected their fears onto me and I would have stayed? What? Knowing the things that I experienced and that opened up for me and that happened for me and my kids, that was amazing. I would have never experienced that. Why? Because I allowed someone else to tell me what was best for me. Nah, that's not how it goes. That's not how this shit works. That's how society wants you to believe. This matrix wants you to believe that that's how it is, because other people know what is best for you and you don't know what's best for you. And I call fucking bullshit. Bullshit. So I am here to be that guide and to be that voice and to remind you who the fuck you are and that everything that you need is within you. And you are going to have people, your intuition is going to guide you to people to help guide you along and to be that positive reflection. And when I say that positive reflection, you know, I might be the person that come through and say something to trigger the fuck out of you. But that's because it's for your highest good. I say something that resonates with you. Now your stomach is turned up because you like, yo, that shit hit home. Okay, so now what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Right? So when we're trusting our intuition, we're being guided and led to things that are going to unravel, uncover for our highest good. Whether that is a trigger that makes us feel some type of way. And understand, and that's like, oh shit, yo, I'm actually afraid of this. Okay, this is where we go back to question everything. What are you afraid of? Why are you afraid of that? Where did that fear come from? Where did that belief come from? Is that your belief or somebody else's belief? So, as I can stay on here and talk forever around this, I really want you guys to allow these things to sink in and ask yourself, does this feel true to me? How is this making me feel? Right? And just get a little quiet. Get a little quiet. Sit there. Go within. Journal. What is being activated within you just from listening to this podcast? What is coming up for you? What is your next step? Take that next step. Make that move. Take that leap. Get quiet. Explore. Research. And remember, you're your own guru. Everything you need is within you. Listen to that voice. Build it up. It starts from like the smallest things, you know, to the big decisions that we make in life. And again, our intuition is from a place of love and it doesn't have anything logical. I want to give you this example too with trusting your intuition. It's not always in this amazing, drawn out, big life-changing decisions. I will keep it 100 with you like I always do. It'd be some of these little small things that I just be overlooking. I'd be like, damn it, God damn it. So the other day, my daughter text me and said, let me back up. I was in the grocery store with my mom and I was getting some stuff and I looked over and something said, go get some pads. Putting all the business out there. But go get some pads. Now, they weren't for me. I don't even have my cycle anymore. Another thing, hysterectomy. Look, guys, I'm telling y'all all my business, you know. And I love when I do stuff like that because it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. Catch me 3 years ago. Oh, hell no. I'm not telling you guys my business. I would have been so uncomfortable. Now it's just like, yeah, whatever. So anyway, something in me said, go pick up pads for my daughter. But I was like, nah, she just had hers. Went the other way. A couple of hours later, I'm out doing whatever. My daughter texts me and says, on the way home, can you pick me up some pads? I'm like, what? Didn't you just, oh, okay. Yes, fine, whatever. So I get to my mother's house and then she's like, oh, did you get me the pads? I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to get them. This is so annoying. Like I knew I should have got them when my intuition told me to get them. So at this point now I got to get up, drive her to the store. Cause I'm like, you're going to go in and get it. Cause it's like 10 o'clock at night. So we got to go to a damn convenience store. Right. So it's very inconvenient. I had already showered. I was in my pajamas. And now we're going out to get something that hours earlier, my intuition had me turn my head, look at the owl and said, go get the pads. But there was nothing logical to back it up because I just was like, yo, she just had it. I don't need it. And I went against it. Remember, our intuition is ahead of the game. So my intuition knew that I was going to get to that place and I was going to freaking forget to get it. And then I was going to be inconvenienced and I was going to be annoyed and have to do all of that. And all I had to do was just listen. Just listen. Oh my gosh, guys. I know you could probably hear it in my voice. As I was recording, when I said, excuse me, and I started coughing really quick, I had to shut off the recording because I couldn't stop coughing. And as I was coughing, I'm like, I'm about to like throw up. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So for me to even start to cough like that, quote unquote, out of the blue, I feel like I was choking. I definitely want to speak to whoever is listening. I don't feel like that was my energy that I was pulling up, to be honest, because I just had to do a quick body check-in. And that wasn't for me. Our throat represents our throat chakra, right? Which is all around communicating and how it is that we communicating. So somebody or a few of you listening, I want you to do like a meditation around your throat chakra and to work on your communicating because you are suffering from not speaking up and not using your voice. So I'm here to tell you, please use your voice. Please speak up. Please speak up for yourself, whether it's something small, whether it's something, big, but also even going further. If you feel like you have a story to tell, you want to share your experience and you want to share your story, but you're worried about people judging you, but there's something in you that is saying, speak up, share your story with people, whether it's on a podcast, whether it's on a video, whether it's to your neighbor or whoever the case is, speak up, use your voice, use your words, and really, really, really start to nurture that throat chakra, area. You can just go on YouTube and just type in throat chakra meditation and really just sit there and just come to that place because it's like someone, as I was coughing and choking and like, damn, I'm about to throw up. What's going on? It was like somebody has something that needs to get out. And the way that it was feeling for me when that was happening was like something was trying to come out, but there was like, not that there was nothing there, but there was just that fear of allowing it to come out, right? So again, when certain things like that to me happen out of the blue, I always do a quick body check-in and I always say, is this mine or is this someone else's? And this is definitely someone else's. So this is resonating with you. Feel it, and know that it is safe for you to speak your truth because your truth is your truth and no one else's and nobody can take it from you. So I guess I got to get myself together because that was really, really heavy and strong. So anything that I said on here, resonated with you and you're thinking about going a little bit deeper and you are seeking that support, I'm here for you guys. Go to my website. If you want to schedule a session, slide in my DMs or go back and look through some of the other podcasts and see if something jumps out to you and just trust your intuition to guide you to maybe another podcast where that can also help, you along on your journey. So as always, I'm sending love and healing and light to each and every one of you guys. Until next time, bye. Thanks for tuning in to #certified. If anything resonated with you, I would love to continue the conversation. You can follow me on Instagram @itistisha. And if you want to be a part of the #certified tribe, you can join my Facebook group by going to the search tab and putting in #certified. My website is conversationswithtisha.com. As always, have a great one on purpose. Love you.